welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's going on, party people? We're back. We are back. It's Friday. We got a busy day today too. We've got you've already made it. You've already made it to the NBA bet. We've got the baseball live before lock show at 1 p.m. Eastern. We got the basketball one, the last one of the regular season at 5 p.m. Eastern. So lots of my voice today, boys and girls. Also, if you missed it, yesterday, we had the return of the 89 Cavs, so go check that out. We did that in the afternoon in lieu of the NBA bit. We're going to run that back again next Thursday, too, so go check that out if you haven't done it yet. Who do we got in the chat this morning? Yeah, we get the Common Man. We got T-Man Baller. We got Boston Base. We got Regulator, Jump Shooty. The Sneeps is here. Everybody's here. We got Galactic. Yeah, we got a good day. We're talking about last night's hoops. We're going to look at tonight's hoops, but I have to stress, and I want everyone to make eye contact when we talk about this. And this goes for myself. Sometimes I need to hear it. You don't have to bet on sports tonight. You don't have to do fantasy basketball. All right? You don't have to. You don't need to. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. It is gross. It is what's happening tonight is disgusting stuff. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's going to be a weird one. But yeah, I got a sad update too. We fell short. Last night in the 40+ chip. The lid came on the rim. We got a rim job. Lid came on the rim in the second half. It was a tough one, man. It was a tough one. We lost by, I think it was 4. We lost by 4. We played a pretty bad first half and then still had a 3-point lead and then didn't really play that much better in the second half. So it was tough sledding. Didn't do too great. But listen, first year in the league, we won 4 games. Second season, we were the 4 seed. No. Second season, we just missed the playoffs. Third season, 4 seed. Lost in the first round of the playoffs. Then we were the 2 seed, lost in the first round of the playoffs, and then we made it to the finals. So that means we got to come back. We got to come back in the spring, which actually it starts next week. So, and I didn't play enough either, which was my own decision. You know what's an issue I run into here? And I'm not saying if I played more we would have won. I'm not. I know I'm a borderline 4th, 5th, 6th guy. You know that's who I am, but. You know, the issue that I run into, honestly, Matty Harrison, it was a coaching issue, and it's my own fault because I technically am the coach. Here's the problem that I run into, especially in the postseason of these games, right? Everybody's paying money. Everybody's paying money to play in a thing that does not really matter, right? This is just to make us old people feel like we're still young and competitive and getting the juices flowing, right? That's what this league is for. It's for male camaraderie. That's what we're looking for here. Some competitive spirit. But what happens when we get into the postseason, all of the we tighten up the rotations, you know? In the regular season, everybody's paying $200 to do this. Everybody should go. Everybody's going to get some run in both halves. You know what I'm saying? But in the postseason, it tightens up a little bit. And what I end up doing is I play less so that way no one else can talk shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not playing a lot, then the guys that we also end up not playing a lot, they can't come to me and be like, I need to play more because I wasn't playing more. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what ends up happening. And it was a mistake. It was a mistake. My co-captain already texted me in this morning saying hey man, you can't do that again. So that was my bad. But does that line of thinking make sense? Where I'm just I don't know, man. If the coach isn't doing it, lead by example. Is that the saying? But anyways, Boston Bay says, is there a rich guy in your league? One guy who shows up in the hottest gear and in a fancy? No. Well, because I live in a real city like New York, I don't really see what cars people are pulling up in. But there are teams that there are a lot of teams that have fancy jerseys. Which, by the way, Underdog, if you're listening, you're based in Brooklyn. You're Brooklyn based. I think, why don't you guys sponsor our 40+ team? I'll make some YouTube clips for it. I'll do some shorts. And stuff. Let's get an Underdog team or a Splash Sports team. I'll put it out there. Just sponsor. Give us some jerseys. But anyways, yeah, it was frustrating. It was frustrating to lose. But I do blame I got to get out there a little bit more. But we had fun. We had fun. The ref started yelling at us right away, which is really exciting. We walked into the gym. I was the first one there. Walked into the gym. He already started yelling at me about where I was putting my stuff on the bench. I was like, man, come on, man. we had to call a timeout like 5 minutes of the game, and we were just listen. We got a full team rule for this game. No eye contact. Do not make eye contact with the referee for the rest of this game. He was itching to give a technical. It was wild. Anyways, all right, that's enough old man hoops. We'll be back next game. First game of the season of the new season starts Thursday. And new season, new me. New season, new me. Let's get into last night's stuff. Let's start with the Bing Bong Boys, huh? Let's start with the Bing Bong Boys. And I'm gonna try my best to hide my homerism, and it's not gonna go well because we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation. Were the New York Knicks last night the Pat Beverly of this season? And what I mean by that, you remember playing Pat Beverly rips his shirt off, whips around like a helicopter on the scores table when they get out of the play-in? What was that last night? I mean, I thought Ben Stiller was going to rip his shirt off. People were losing their mind about that win. And I thought that was very interesting, considering that the Celtics were shorthanded and on the road and underdogs in this game. Anyways, Knicks get the W. And shout out to Josh Larry Bird Hart, because holy hell, Joshy Hart down the stretch. He was arguably their best player last night. Sticks two. Well, one was wide open. Hits another three-pointer over Vucci Mane. That was a big triple. And Joshy the kid, man, look at this line. 26 and 3. He had 10 for 15 from the field, 5 for 7 from 3. There was a guy last night, again, right back to the 40 plus. There was a guy last night in the championship game on their team, a little bit of an older guy, heavier guy, knocked down a wide open jump shot. And it was like, you know what? If we lose because that guy's knocking down jump shots, we lose. We just lose. That's kind of what happened last night with Josh Hart, I think. We're like, hey, man, if Josh Hart's going to go 5 for 7 from 3, we'll see you next time. Cat was kind of underwhelming at 16 and 12. And Brunson, man, Jalen Brunson, and I know I always think of my brother, shout out Jake, who just hates watching Jalen Brunson. Just says he just hates watching him. Brunson's so good, man. And I get it. Maybe not the most aesthetically pleasing. He's kind of like, he's got some Shai Gilgeous-Alexander energy sometimes. But like, he's so good. He just can get, like, especially in the fourth quarter, he just turns into the best player of all time, where he's able to get to whatever spot and either see. He had a couple of beautiful dimes in the fourth, too. But anyways, finishes 25 and 10. Mikal Bridges, barely knew you, man. Mikal Bridges is the new Tobias Harris. He's like the new old Tobias Harris, because it's not this version of Tobias Harris. Detroit Pistons Tobias Harris, a little bit different, but he's like Philadelphia Tobias Harris, where Mikal Bridges is out. I know he's playing 30 minutes a game. I don't even think Stan Van Gundy said his name last night. But anyways, Knicks get the win. I feel like I'm talking too negatively about the Bing Bong Boys, considering they got the W. There are 2 games left in the regular season. The Knicks will play the Raptors tonight at home, and then I think they have Charlotte on Sunday. If the Knicks win both games and the Celtics lose both games, they play the Pelicans tonight and the Magic on Sunday. The Knicks would catch them for the 2 seed. I don't see that happening, and we'll talk about what the Pelicans are doing tonight. But on the Boston side of stuff, if you want, here, I'll give you some glass half full and glass half empty for Boston. Boston basically had this game. They could have won this game without Jaylen Brown, their first team All-NBA MVP candidate, Jaylen Brown. They did it without him. And Jason Tatum, who, again, in this very building less than a year ago, his Achilles stayed at half court while he continued to move. Tatum, 40 minutes from this guy. He played 40 of the 48. He's 100% not playing tonight, but it's just wild to see that he is doing this already. It does not make sense. The shot's still not there. That's one thing. 7 for 22 from the field, 2 for 10 from 3. But, man, he's doing everything else. Another 13 rebound night, 12 of them on the defensive end, 8 times. Was really, he just looks good. And if the shot starts falling, it's huge. And I don't even think, even if the shot's not falling, it's like not relying on it as much as we used to because of what Jaylen Brown is doing. Maddie in the chat said the New York Knicks are the Buffalo Bills of the NBA. No titles since the mergers, fall short in the championship games, overrated stars. Wow, did we just call Josh Allen overrated? Wow. Um, so Tatum looks great. The other thing another glass half full. Baylor Shireman was talking that talk last night. And I got to tell you, and this isn't just like white stuff. I think Baylor Shireman, I think it's the bullshit facial hair. He and Cooper Flagg look like they could be bros, put them in a buddy cop or like a problematic buddy cop set in like the South, just based on their facial hairs alone. It just seems like, I feel like let's go clean shaven, boys. Let's go clean shaven. But Shireman looked great, man. He knocked down, look at this, 20 points on 7 for 8 shooting, 6 for 7 from 3 with 4 boards. I thought Nimi looked good. And this is actually gonna dovetail right into right into some of the glass half empty stuff. Ready? There was a play that happened in the fourth quarter when the game was still in the balance, and I think it was Tatum. Tatum fed the ball to Neemias Queta in the paint, and it was kind of like on a transition thing where, not in a transition, but it was moving quick. Nimi catches. He's got Derek White, and this talks about like the progression of what Neemias Queta has done this year. He's got Derek White wide open in the corner. And I felt like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where I'm like pointing, like right there, like the White's wide open in the corner. Nimi catches it, and he's looking at White, fires it into this corner, like across his shoulder. It's not no look, but it's like a whip around pass. Finds Baylor Shireman wide open, sticks the 3. It was an incredible sequence, and just, again, shows like the development. When you went into the season, Queta was like, hey, man, he can rebound, he can rim run, protect the rim, right? That's kind of what Queta is going to do. Maybe some defensive liabilities and drop coverage at times, maybe, offensive liability, right? He has gotten so much better in like all of the preseason stuff was like, oh, who's going to be the center? He looks great, man. He really, really looks good. I thought it was a great pass. I thought he played a great game, a double-double. But, man, Baylor will get playoff minutes. Yeah, we can talk about that rotation here in a second. I think, though, one of the things that was concerning, it is concerning. We'll just say it. It is concerning. When Queta made that pass and looked off Derek White and gave it to Baylor Shireman, not only was it like a fun pass, I think it was the right pass because Derek White, the shot looks bad, man. And he had a couple of games this past week where it was like a 3 for 7 or 4 for 9 or something like that. And I was glad Stan Van Gundy brought it up too. Stan Van Gundy on the broadcast was saying like, Joe Mazzulla says he's not worried about Derek White. And Stan was like, but I am worried. And I am. Like, I think the shots are going to, they will start to fall. And Derek White does so much on the defensive end and is still a threat. Like, you still need to close out on him. Like, it's still gravity, right? But it's been bad, man. It's his worst 3-point shooting of his career, or at least as a Celtic. And I think they're going to need it. Like, I know everybody's like, oh, the Celtics are the favorites, but I do think they're going to need Derek White to step up. And like, man, to still stay on the glass half empty, the Vooch stuff, dude. I know if you just looked at the box score and you're like, 10-5, man, 4 for 7, 2 for 4 from 3. It's rough, dude. It's rough. It's a rough hang. And so again, I thought they were going to do this last night. I thought heading into the Knicks game, and I promise we won't talk about the Celtics for much longer. Going into the Knicks game, they had Neemias Queta, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, and Sam Hauser all listed as questionable. I kind of thought they were going to rest most of those guys, not show the Knicks anything, and then have Vooch play like 32 minutes. Tonight they play the Pelicans, and the Pelicans are without Zion, DeJounte, Trey Murphy. Herb Jones is questionable, probably not going to play Carlo. It's going to be like the young guys of the Pelicans, which we saw them do against the Jazz the other night. And so I suspect Jaylen Brown does play tonight. Tatum does not. Queta does not. Hauser does not. Even White, although I kind of want them to leave it out there. But anyways, I think maybe they try to force feed Vooch for a little bit. I don't know. But man, it's been a tough hang. It's been a tough hang watching Vooch and Derek White for that matter. So hopefully they start to shake off some of these cobwebs. But potential second round matchup here. Kind of fun. Let's do Miami, dude. The Miami Heat have fucking given up. There's nothing that they lose by 14 to the Raptors. And honestly, like it was worse than 14. If it wasn't for this 7-point this 7-point like differential in the third quarter. This game was like over. They outscored them by 6 in the first, and then third they take a 19-point lead into halftime. And let me actually look at this real quick. What was the final score of the last time these guys played? Because it was the night before. Okay, so they lost by what's that? That's almost 30, right? That's almost 30, 26. No, 24. I don't know, whatever it is. So 24 and then 14. But like these games were never close. And I don't know, you want to credit the defense, whatever. Wiggins only played 22 minutes. Hero only played 28 minutes. I mean, nobody did anything outside of Bam. And I can't believe this. Bam has been like the most consistent offensive player on this team for a while. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I just I think they've well, who's giving Spo praise now? I haven't heard Spo praise in a while. The only Spo talk I've heard is you telling me that people are still giving him praise. But it's a tough hang, man. I mean, nobody did anything. Bam again, 24, 11, and 8. Great game from him. Played 37 minutes. And then it's like 15 and 11 from Davion, 15 and 4 from Hero, 10 and 4. 15 from Jaime. Like it's great. And I don't even mean to not give like Toronto credit. I thought Toronto has played 2 really good games against Miami. But like these were like playoff level games. Miami had a chance to jump, like going into that first Toronto game. The Heat had a chance to jump to the 5 seed. Unlikely, but they definitely had a chance to play themselves out of the play-in game. And instead, they've secured the 10 seed. It's just, I don't know what to make of it. Toronto, though, who Toronto, the Houston Rockets of the East, because I refuse to give them credit. BI, man, Brandon Ingram, 38, 7 and 7 in this one. The RJ Barrett gave him 22 and 6. Scotty was kind of MIA, but they got IQ up to 23 minutes. That's a good sign. They got 17 and 8 from Colin Murray Boyles. And all Toronto has done now is just kind of stack W's here down the stretch. And if we look at this conference, they're 6 and 4 in their last 10, which honestly, I thought they had more than that, but they are 45 and 35. And because of what's happening in front of them, they've now slid right into the 5 seed. And they've got the Knicks tonight while the Hawks take on the Cavs. So now, I mean, I think if you are in the 4 seed or the 3 seed, honestly, these are the 2 teams you'd probably prefer. I don't know if you'd prefer to play them, but yeah, I this is like a fun little run here for Toronto as they are getting healthy, getting right again. We'll see where they land because, again, the Orlando Magic, who have now won 4 in a row, don't look now. Magic get Anthony Black back. They get Franz Wagner back, won 4 in a row. Maybe Orlando gets themselves up there. I don't know. And then you look at the 76ers and the Hornets down here. Let's actually do Philly next here as Houston gets the W 113-102. But more importantly, I guess the real issue here with the 76ers is that Joel Embiid gets ruled out. And he gets ruled out in a way where, there was this 2-hour gap, or it felt like 2 hours, where everybody was like, dude, are you kidding me? Joel Embiid's going to do this to us again? You were just talking about how April Fools, I should have been playing basketball, and now what? Oh, really? Really, Joel? Troel? But then it turns out he has appendicitis. And had to undergo surgery while they were in Houston. It was a successful surgery. And now it's I don't know. They anywhere from 10 days to 14 days that Joel Embiid could be out, which gets us to the playoffs. Right? And so now if they were in the 6th seed, if the 76ers were in the 6th seed, maybe this isn't a death knell. It might still not be a death knell, but maybe it's not the end all be all because they'd have a full 7 days, right? Well, no, when this happened on Thursday, they might not play till Saturday. That's 9 days, 10 days, maybe if they played on Sunday, where maybe Joel Embiid misses game 1, then you get 2 days off, probably comes back for game 2, right? Instead, what happens is if they, by losing these last 2 games against Houston and San Antonio, they might find themselves in the play-in game. And so they might be doing both the 7-8 game. I mean, they could also fall to the 9-10 game. We'll look at their schedule. I know they got a couple of cupcake performances coming or cupcake games coming. But they might be trying to get into the playoffs without Embiid. Now, granted, if they get the the Miami Heat, who cares, right? It's not like Miami's trying. But yeah, could be a tough scene here. Let's look at last night's game. Houston kind of stepped on their throat early, right there. They outscored them 9 in the first and then 8 in the second. For you math versions, that's 17-point lead into halftime. Maxey It's just too much defense. 9 for 20 from the field. He finished with 23 and 5. VJ 21, 8 and 6. You got 20 from Quentin Grimes. I will say the bench unit of like Quentin Grimes, I think Justin Edwards was out there, Dominic Barlow. They made a little run here. They made a little run to make this a game, but Houston had kind of not given up. But KD had 29, 7 and 5. Jabari had 19 and 5. We got 8 and 12 from Goon. Amen Thompson 19, 5 and 4. Now, an interesting thing happened yesterday where, and I don't know if this was matchup based or what, but I'm paying attention. I am paying attention. So Tari Eason was a late downgrade yesterday. And so I was like, oh, if Tari's out, that means Reed's definitely going to start. Tari ends up getting upgraded, okay? So Tari gets upgraded. I'm like, okay, Reed back to the sixth man. No, what they ended up doing was starting Josh Okogie. Now, again, maybe it was the matchup of Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, and they're like, who's Reed going to cover? Reed Sheppard only played 19 minutes is something. Tari was like their main first guy off the bench. He played 27. But again, it just like I was listening to Stan Van Gundy on the Zach Lowe podcast yesterday. A lot of Stan Van talk. And he was talking about how Reed Sheppard was like sixth in his sixth man of the year voting, like finishing sixth. But he's not even their sixth man right now. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts how they treat him. But anyways, good win for Houston, who have now just like ripped off W's. Let's actually do Lakers and Warriors. And then we can go check this out. So the Warriors end up sitting Steph Curry last night. They sat Kristaps Porzingis. DeAnthony Melton only ended up playing 15 minutes. You had 22 from Draymond. And then it was a lot like, dude, Pat Spencer played 38 minutes. Nate Williams played 35. Like, this is whatever. LeBron James here, 26, 11, and 8 in 32 minutes, and an efficient 11 for 17 from the field. Had a couple steals, too. Dominating, finally learned how to catch the ball again. He had 21 and 5. Luke Kennard, 14 and 8 with 4 steals. So the Lakers, like a pretty big win for them. And the reason I bring this up is if we go look at the standings with Houston and the Lakers here, this weird spot as we start diving into the schedule for tonight, where the Nuggets here, 52 and 28. Now they have a 1-game lead over the Lakers. All right. A 1-game lead over the Lakers. Thoughts on Bronny? I don't know. What are the thoughts? He's going to play basketball if a bunch of guys sit? I don't know. I don't have any like takes. What did he do last night? I mean, I saw that he played, but I did not like lock into the Bronny minutes. He played 21 minutes. He had 10 points. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any takes on Bronny. Sorry, guys, not getting the clicks today. But anyways, so Denver has a 1-game lead. Now they play the Thunder tonight, who have decided, hey, we're not interested in playing basketball. They've rested everybody. So, and the Nuggets in turn, we're like, hey, we also don't want to play anybody. Jokic and Jamal Murray both questionable for tonight in this game. Now, the weird thing here, so all these teams have 2 games left, right? Everybody plays tonight. Everybody plays on Sunday. The Nuggets have a 1-game lead over the Lakers. However, the Lakers have the tiebreaker, which is interesting. Houston, I believe the Lakers have a tiebreaker over Houston as well, is now even with the Lakers. And I'm imagining both Houston's in this weird spot, right, where they would like to jump ahead of the Lakers just so they can have home court advantage in that 4-5 seed. We see Minnesota clearly the 6 seed. So they would like to get ahead of the Lakers, but they also can't get too far ahead where they catch Denver, and then Denver all of a sudden, I'm sure they don't want to play OKC in the second round, but at some point you're going to have to play OKC. I think they'd prefer to mess around with either the Lakers or the Rockets in the first round. So I really don't know how they are going to approach tonight. I kind of think the Nuggets are like, let's just take the 3 seed. We can avoid OKC as long as possible. They can probably beat OKC without Jokic tonight, even though OKC's team is so deep. We'll look at like how many of these guys are going to be sitting tonight. But I really don't know how these teams are going to approach the next couple of games. I really don't. But you know what I am excited about for these games to be over. Real quick, just so we just say the numbers here. Chicago Bulls, big W, 119-108 over the Wizards. You look at Leonard Miller, 26 and 11, baby. Sex God, Colin Sexton at 27, Trey Jones, 31 and 6. Dilly Bar didn't do too much. He had more turnovers than points. Sick, Rob. The Wizards, look at this, 39 minutes from Anthony Gill, 41 from Leaky Black, 39 from Julian Reeves. Bub Carrington, only 24 for you, sir. It's hilarious, just hilarious shit. And then also speaking of funny, look at the Pacers. Pacers, 19th win of the year. Way to go, Indy. Jalen Slauson. This is just hilarious. Obi Toppin gave him 26 and 9 off the bench. Trevon Scott, Malachi Smith, Tyson Etienne. Look at all these guys just playing fuck tons of minutes. Whatever. Let's look at the schedule. Let's look at the schedule for tonight and try to figure out what's going on. What is going on? Going to see what everybody's trying to do. How many games? I think Jokic has already played the games, right? I think Jokic has already played 65. Wolves have a little chance without Ant-Man, and he's not going to be healthy for the rest of the season. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, if Anthony Edwards shows up, then all of a sudden it changes the vibe of Minnesota. But I'm with you. It's hard to see the ceiling of Minnesota right now. Let's take a little mental health check so I can drink some water and get a little cough out. All right, hold on. Let's do a mental health check.
We can't go down this road. We can't talk about like how you need to have had sex in order to have responsibility. I just think it changes you. I think it changes you.
There we go. You just checked in, but it's 64, 60. All right, so Jokic is going to play one of these games. I kind of think Jokic plays tonight. Give him the last day off, but I don't know. I don't really know how to approach it. I really don't. All right, let's do this Celtics Pelicans. Let's start with this. So Celtics 16.5-point favorites. They got to win one of these games. I think the Celtics scrubs can get this done. I mentioned the Pelicans, right? They're without DeJounte, Yves Missy, Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson, Bryce McGowens. They also have Herb Jones and Carlo Matkovic, both questionable. So is Sadiq Bey. My guess is Bey. Those three guys don't go, and you just run out Fears, Queen, Looney, Peavy, Pool Party, Jordan Hawkins. You got DeAndre Jordan, Hunter Dickinson. That's what I assume they do. The Celtics side, right? Tatum has already pretty much said he's not playing. We know that Jaylen Brown missed the last game, so he'll be questionable going into tonight. It was pretty clear the Celtics were signaling like, hey, JB's going to play one. JB's going to play one, and Tatum's going to play one. So I expect JB to go. But I do think the real nod is like, does Kata go? Does Derek White go? Like, who else sits? Because we're definitely going to see some Celtics sit, especially if you're like, hey, we just need to shut down Jeremiah Fears. Regulators saying about the 65 game rule that he did not realize until yesterday that players can get 220-minute exceptions. Yeah. There's too many rules. I'll say it. There's too many rules. This is like the NBA is turning into a board game that it takes longer to explain how the fuck to play the game than it does to actually play the game. And it's taken some of the fun out of it. All right. Stop doing that. All right, but anyways, yeah, I expect some chaos from the Celtics. Let's do Detroit basketball. The Pistons here are taking on the Buzz City Bitches and the Charlotte Hornets.
Detroit basketball.
There we go. Hornets are 5.5-point favies. Cade Cunningham, I believe, is questionable, or is he off the injury report? Let me double check. No, he's off the injury report. The Pistons have nothing to play for. The Hornets have everything to play for. I think what we see is what we've seen in the past, where we see, or in that last game, Cade probably plays like 25 minutes? 25 minutes? How many did he play in that first game? Let's see. He played 25 minutes in that first game. No reason to push anything. Same thing with Jalen Duren. I think all of those Pistons are going to be sub 30 minutes. This is a stay away spot for me. On the Hornets side, Kobe White is questionable. He missed that last game against Boston. And everybody else outside of PJ Hall is good to go. And again, the Hornets, they still have like a chance to move up here. So there's 2 games to go, and they are tied with the 76ers and just a game back from Orlando. So they could go anywhere from the 9 seed to, I mean, I guess technically they could catch the 5-6. I doubt that happens, but probably from hosting a play-in game, right? So hosting the play-in game is what they're looking for. So I expect Charlotte to be a full go tonight. And I mean, if Detroit's not 100%, I mean, all those guys are fine. Heat and Wizards. Okay, this is my favorite take of the day. So the Heat are favored by 17.5. Miami's essentially locked into the 10 seed. They can win. Bam's been playing close to 40 minutes a night down this stretch. What is this Khalil Ware night? We just saw Khalil Ware get eight blocks against these guys last weekend. I'm planting my Ware flag. I think it's Khalil Ware night. I think we'll see the Wizards do the same thing where guys like Leaky Black and Julian Reese are going to play like 40 minutes to try to secure some sort of NBA exposure next season. But I think that's the direction I'm going to go there. It's going to be a lot of Khalil Ware. Even if Bam plays, like, why is he going to play full? I'm just jamming Khalil Ware if I'm playing. So that's where I'm at. Regulator said you need the Celtics to beat the Magic. I don't think the Celtics are going to be playing many guys on Sunday, Regulator. I'm sorry to tell you that. Although Mazzulla, a true psychopath, so who knows? Cavs and the Hawks. I don't really know how Cleveland's going to approach this. So they don't want to catch the Knicks. We know that. They're happy with the 4 seed. They're not going to get caught by the 5 or 6 seed. We already know, like you see here, that Atlanta is favored by 8.5 now. So a weird thing is, right, like, so they ruled out Donovan Mitchell. They ruled out Thomas Bryant, Sam Merrill, and Jarrett Allen. But they still do have Mobley and Harden. Jalen Tyson is questionable. That kind of feels like a big number to me. So I wonder if they limit, like, the Mobley and Allen stuff. Like, do they not play them full? I don't know. I mean, obviously this game means more to Atlanta because they still could technically fall out of the 5-6 and back into the play-in. So I expect them to be a full go, and maybe that's just the motivation, the incentive. That's why this spread is where it is. It is in Atlanta, though, which, like, one or two ways. Harden could have had, like, a night and doesn't want to go hard, or Harden wants to show out for his people, for his people. So, and by that, I mean the Magic City people. But on the Atlanta side, I think they are pretty healthy here. So except for Jacques Landale, he's out. So more Onyeka Okongwu minutes. No, Jarrett Allen is actually pretty good for Onyeka. I know Mobley, really good defender, but when Jarrett Allen has not been playing, Cleveland has gotten murdered on the glass. So I really like, if you want to do a little JJ double-double, triple-double type bets, Onyeka double-double, I think those are kind of fun if you need to gamble tonight. 76ers and the Pacers. So good news here for Philly by losing in the manner that they did last night. The minutes weren't too crazy. Maxey, I think, was the only one that got up to Maxey and VJ played a ton of minutes, but Paul George was in the 20s. Kelly Oubre was in the 20s. They obviously need to win both of these games here. We know Indiana is not going to be trying, especially after winning last night. There's no way the Pacers want to win 2 in a row. Expect all of the Pacers to continue to be out. But for the 76ers, I mean, just Maxey. You can get to VJ if you want, get to Paul George if you want. And that's going to be it for me. I don't think I'm doing the Oubre stuff. On the Pacers side, again, they have Nesmith, McConnell, Shepard, Kobe Brown, Nembhard, and Siakam all listed as questionable. I don't know. I mean, there is a world where the Pacers are. Let me actually look at these standings. Where are they at here? So with the Pacers winning last night, they have 19 wins. So the Wizards have 17. So they're the clear 1. Pacers with 19-2. Nets with are at 20 with 3. All right. So the Pacers could actually try for one more game if they wanted to. I don't think it's not worth betting on that, but they could try to, like, ruin Philly's life, which would just be funny. That would be funny. All right, Raptors and the Knicks. I mentioned this one, the Bing Bong Boys. What do they want to do here? If the Knicks win and the Celtics lose, all of a sudden Sunday has some stakes in it between these two guys for the 2 seed. I don't really know, though. The Knicks are favored by 6.5. Raptors traveling. They are on the road. Both teams on back-to-backs, though. I kind of like the Raptors. I know Ingram hooped last night, but the minutes on these guys weren't too crazy. Scotty played 25. That was it. Ingram played 36 because he was hooping. RJ 34, IQ 23. Homecoming game for RJ and IQ. I don't know. I'm curious how the Raptors play this too. Like, they can't take their foot off the gas. They really can't. The Knicks, on the other hand, they might be fine in the 3 seed. They might be fine with whoever they're going to play in the 5-6 spot. And maybe they're like, there's no we got our win last night. That was spicy. That was sexual. Maybe now we sit Cat and we sit Brunson. Is that how they approach it? I don't know. That's what I mean. There's so much guesswork. That's what I'm saying. Don't even watch the games tonight. Unless you're a Charlotte fan, there's like 3 teams that should watch games tonight. Everybody else, go outside. We got Magikarp in the chat. He's alive, procrastinating calling on the next tax return. We've almost made it to the playoff, boys. We're almost there. Shout out Magikarp. Tough time of year. NBA's wrapping up, and he's a tax guy. That's tough. Tough for April. I filed we started our taxes in February, and then did not actually click the button until April 1st, April Fool's Day. The fool was me because, it's really sick to crush in gambling. In fantasy sports, let me say fantasy sports because I'm not really doing pick'ems. Fantasy sports, we crush. You know what? And then I get crushed. Uncle Sam Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam doesn't want to pay TSA agents, but I got to give him my money because I dominated you guys in the underdog lobbies? How's that fair? Huh? I tell you what, I'll pay. But can we get our TSA agents paid? Can our senators show up to work? Huh? Let's get political. Let's get political. Okay. Magic and the Bulls. The Orlando Magic have to win this game. The Chicago Bulls haven't had to win a game in 25 years. Paolo's fun. What are the Franz and Franz Wagner and Anthony Black minutes looking like? So Franz has played 19, 17, 20. I bet we get him up to 23 tonight. I'm going to say 23. Anthony Black, on the other hand, he played 15 and 16. Maybe he gets up to 19 tonight. This game should get out of hand pretty quickly. I don't like Chicago played last night. They have everybody listed as questionable. There's no reason for Giddey, Buzelis. They're not going to play. Big Dick Nick Rich, Simons, Okoro, Yabusele. Like, I don't know if they play. Trey Jones and Colin Sexton, they both played big minutes. 30 minutes for Trey. Sexton played 34. Leonard Miller, though, he's the guy. Leonard Miller played 38 minutes. Well, I'm curious to see how Chicago handles it. So, again, don't gamble tonight. Just go have fun. Talk to your family. Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what I'm not going to do? Talk about this fucking game. No, we're moving on. Mavs and Spurs. Wembanyama. He's got to play one of these games for 20-plus minutes. Is it against Dallas? Against the Rookie of the Year, Cooper Scooper Duper Flag. Stephon Castle's also questionable in this one. He missed the last game. No reason to run Castle out there unless they, let this be Dylan Harper versus Cooper Flag, huh? What was Harper's line in that last game, by the way, when he did go? Yeah, okay, 13, 6, and 4. That's fun. For the Mavericks here, look at the bunch of D's out there. D-tags. Caleb Martin, Brandon Williams, Najee Marshall, Danny Gafford, and PJ Washington all D'd up. Cooper Flag is probable. I expect him to go. Musa Cisse, he might be out there playing basketball. Marvin Bagley's been hooping. 21-9 2 games ago, 20-8 the last game. I expect Bags to be doing some stuff. Kobe White is probable now. There we go. Good update. Thank you, regulator. I don't know. This game should be gross. If Wemby plays, though, and he does play like 22 minutes, he's going to get 1 million fantasy points in 22 minutes. Telling you that now. OKC and Thunder. Let's look at the Denver's favored by 12.5. Ready? You want to know why? Here are the guys that are out for Thunder. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams with an I, Alex Caruso, Isaiah Hartenstein, Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams with an E, Thomas Sorbert, AJ Mitchell, and Kaysen Wallace. Here are the guys that are available. Lou Dort, no reason for him to play mega minutes. My guess is Lou Dort's not even starting for this team. They've got Jared McCain, Aaron Wiggins, Nikola Topic, Kenrich Williams, Brandon Carlson, Peyton Sandfort, Brooks Barnhizer, and then Lou Dort would be their 8th guy. If Lou Dort plays, it's under 20 minutes. So actually, you know what? Let's lock in. Let's do a bet. Jared McCain's going to score 30 tonight. We've got the Denver defense and Jared McCain. Jared McCain is going to be hooping. Aaron Wiggins also hooping. Nikola, I'm excited. Nikola Topic, cured cancer, well, he had his cancer cured. He did not cure cancer. Although maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe Topic did. I'm not aware of his game. He could. I don't know enough about him. Maybe he's Topic on the floor, doctor in the sheets. I don't know what we're doing. Let's do another mental health check. This is out of control. I'm sorry this didn't come with a hand job. I just don't think it's included in the airdrops. That's stylistically, that's tough to include that in an airdrop. No Isaiah Joe either. No, you got to rest the boys, man. You got to rest the boys tonight. Right? No Isaiah Joe. Yeah, Isaiah Joe's out too. On the Denver side, again, I'm not sure how Denver's going to play this. So they have Jokic, Murray, and Gordon all questionable. I'm begging you, David Adelman, Kroenke, the state of Colorado, sit Aaron Gordon tonight. Don't leave his hamstrings alone. I want him. He could. You know what? He doesn't even have to be in street clothes. He can be in shorts or sweatpants. But I want a Theragun on his hamstring from his ass to his knee the entire game. That's all I want for Aaron Gordon. Let's get him healthy. I don't know how Denver plays this. I kind of think Jokic goes. That's my 12.5. If you told me Jokic, Jamal, and Aaron Gordon all weren't playing, I don't think they'd be favored by 12.5. That's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. Timberwolves and the Houston Rockets. Rockets on a back-to-back, but they are favored by the whole 10 points. I don't know. Maybe we get some Q-Tag stuff. Maybe Ethan gets the night off. Maybe is this a Reed Shepherd moment? They did get Jaden McDaniels back. Rudy Gobert's already been ruled out. So is Joe Ingles. But Randall, Ant, Bones, and Ayo all queued up. There's no reason for Anthony Edwards to go unless they're like they want to give him some run. I don't see it. There's just no reason to do it. They're locked into the 6th seed, right? The Phoenix can't catch them, right? They can't catch them. Yeah, there's no reason. Okay, let's do Grizzlies and Jazz. Let's not, bro. I'll tell you injury stuff, and then I'm not talking about this game. The Grizzlies, Javon Small's questionable. Walter Clayton Jr. is questionable. Olivier Maxence Prosper is doubtful. Scottie Pippen, Taylor Hendricks, Zach Edey, John Morant, Jalen Wells, Cedric Howard, Cam Spencer, Ty Jerome, Santi Aldama, Gigi Jackson, Brandon Clark, and Tavius Caldwell all are out. If Clayton and Small don't go, they'll have Taj motherfucking Gibson, Lucas Williamson, Jemai Meshack, Dariq Whitehead, and Ryan Rupert. That's 5 guys. They're going to have 7 guys tonight max. All right, you actually might be able to play some Grizzlies. So in the last game, Rupert got a DNP. He should be able to play tonight. Small didn't play. Clayton played 21 minutes. Whitehead's played 28. Meshack's played 32. Williamson, they love playing Williamson. These guys aren't good enough. Taj, this is crazy. Utah Jazz. Look at the Utah Jazz. The Jazz are going to be without. Let's see. They got Ace Bailey back tonight. That's fun. Elijah Harkless is queued up. And then it's just Marketing, Collier, Sensabar, Keontae, Yusuf, Kessler, Filipowski, and Triple J. I don't know. Kennedy Chandler played a bunch of minutes. I don't know what to do with that. Then we get the Dub Club, Clips of the Blaze. Blaze smoke some. They're favored by 1.5 tonight. Let me go back to this way. They're favored by 1.5 tonight. Clippers. Oh, they left them off the. Wait, did they leave this game? Wow, they left. Interesting move by Underdog. Bold move, Cotton. So what did they do? They left off the Clippers game. They left off all the late games. All right. So, anyways, let me look at the late slate. That's so fun of them. Look at that, very cheeky. Clippers here. They've got a Yannick Conan Niederhauser, Isaiah Jackson, and Bradley Beal all out. Everybody else is in. So the Claw is back. Oh, no, I guess did he play the last game? Yeah, he did. But Garland is back. That was who missed. Garland is back. For the Blazers here, they're without, they got Jeremy Grant is still out. Vit Krejci. Hey, this is good news. Portland fans. Guess who's back? Maybe. It's questionable. Shaedon Sharpe. Shaedon Sharpe's missed a ton of time. Was doubtful last game. Upgraded to questionable tonight. I don't know if he goes. If he does go, he's only playing like 18 minutes. He's been out forever. But that's a huge boost for them to get him back. That's a pretty big deal. That's fun. I actually will want to watch this game tonight, I think. And then you got the Warriors favored by 10.5 against the Kangs. I believe Steph Curry is already good to go, right? Didn't they say he was good? Yeah, Steph's in. Zanger's questionable. I expect him to go. Guy Santos didn't play last night. He's questionable. And then you got Dick Richard, Will Richard, Al Horford, LJ Cryer, all questionable. So is Quentin Post. I'm not reading into this. Who cares? Kings are without Russ, Eubanks, Murray, Stevens, Hunter, Levine, Sabonis, DeRozan. Who cares? These teams suck. Don't watch these games. And then Suns, Lakers. All right, Jake planting his flag here. Whitehead's dropping 25 tonight. All right. I don't hate it. He's going to be out there a lot. So Lakers on a back-to-back. And again, I don't know how the Lakers are going to treat this. I mean, I'm assuming they want to try to win this game and hold home court in round one. They've got LeBron James played how many minutes? 31 last night, so nothing crazy. LeBron, Kennard, okay. They've got Smart and Hayes, both questionable. Smart's missed a couple. Yeah, he's missed a handful of time. Hayes has missed 2 in a row. We'll have to see about them. And then Phoenix, on the other hand, Grayson Allen and Jalen Green are both questionable. Here. Phoenix, I believe, if we look at this is the last game, right? So we can move off of this. They are locked into the 7th seed. Yeah, they're locked into the 7th seed. So there's no reason to push it. There's no reason to push it. So that's tonight's stuff. No games on Saturday. We get Saturday completely off. Saturday's completely off. That's fun. And then Sunday, everybody plays. I'm not going to look at the Sunday slate because it's garbaggio. Let's go do this. Let's go check out in we'll do a little So Rare sweep. Like just check on So Rare. Just a couple of reminders. If you missed the 89 Cavs yesterday, it was on this channel on this channel. Wow, Terry Rozier, bet on yourself, bro. Heat are waving him today. All right, didn't see that coming. Shocked. Why? What happened? Go check out the 89 Cavs yesterday. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Even cut some shorts. Go check that out. That was yesterday at 3:00. You can see it on this channel wherever you get your podcast. Like, rate, review, all that stuff. We are back at 1:00 for So Rare MLB. We're back at 4:00 for So Rare NBA. That's on the Elite Fantasy Sports channel, by the way. Elite Fantasy Sports with Mike Zakarian. Just in case you didn't know, we got 2 YouTube channels. We got like 5 YouTube channels, but 2. And then next week, NBA Bit, definitely Monday through Friday next week. No days off, except, well, we'll see. Probably no days off. All right, let's go see. Let's actually start with the NBA. Let's see. Did they do rewards for NBA? I haven't checked to see how I've been doing. So let's see. How did we do? How did we do this past game week? Oh, we got some prizes. Let's see. We finished. Oh, this is bad. All right, so this is Derek White was terrible. Rui was terrible. Okay, that was bad. Oh my God, Wemby with only 30. That's tough. We ruined both of our Jokic 83s here. That's bad. Oh, wow, this is so bad. This is so bad. All right, this team finished 610th. We had Schroeder, Leonard Miller, Denny, Gigi, Jake LaRavia. What else? Anything else? Okay, this one. Oh, this was still kind of bad. 1160. Man, bad game week. Last game week of the regular season, by the way. Last one of the regular season starts tonight. Oh, 2 points shorts of a 1K streak. Damn. I heard from our guy Makarins, who's the one that's dominating the rare street. He just got like his third or fourth 5-game run in rare, which is crazy. Let's see how we did on baseball. All right, we got to claim this. Let's claim it. We nailed our picks, bro. Nailed our picks. 300 XP. You kidding me, bro? I thought they gave out awards. Let's see how we did. We got an early lock today too for that, which kind of sucks. Let's see. Did we win any cold hard cash? I don't think so. Oh, finished 120th for 4K Essence, 950 for 500, 272 for 1500. I suck in these the streaks. I'm pretty bad in the streaks. But okay, what are you gonna do? Anyways, we had fun. You guys have anything else for me? Final thoughts on Rookie of the Year heading into the final weekend? I would vote. I think Cooper Flag is going to win. I would vote for Cooper Flag. And that's no disrespect to Con Knipple. And if Con Knipple wins, I'll be very happy. Rightful winner. I think they both had incredible years. I think Cooper Flag gets he's a slight fave for me, I think. But I do think it's anybody's bowl game. I think it's been a tough, again, the roles are so different. And so it's easy for Flag. I mean, basically Flag, it seems like Jason Kidd went to the local YMCA and was like, I need 4 guys to play with Cooper Flag. And so Flag is out there doing everything he can to just keep the game within 20 points. Con, on the other hand, has to play defense and to hit open threes. And he does a good job. But it's a stat award, and I think Cooper Flag's going to get him. I think he is. Oh, you want to treat it like is that the MLB that does that, right? AL and NL Rookie of the Year. I'd be fine with that. MVP heading into the weekend. Oh, I think it's Shai Alexander. I think it's Shai. I mean, listen, if Jokic plays both of these games and puts up like 40, 40, and 40, maybe Jokic. It seems like the media has decided that maybe it should be Jokic. Maybe it should. So I don't know. I was listening to Stan Van Gundy said he was going to vote for Jokic. Bill Simmons was throwing that out there. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But I tell you what I'm not going to do is freak out. They're all very deserving. They are. Everybody's putting up nuts over the years. So I think it's fine. Whoever does it. All right, we'll do a rest of our awards Monday too. Maybe we'll do that. Well, no, maybe Tuesday, because Monday we got to preview the playoffs and stuff. All right, we're gonna call it there. 50 minutes, an efficient show. 1:00, So Rare MLB show on the Elite Fantasy Sports channel. 5 p.m. So Rare NBA channel. I mean the So Rare NBA live before lock. Go check out the 89 Cavs. I want to pump those views. Pump it. Enjoy the weekend. Honestly, unless you're a Hornets fan, maybe a Magic fan, maybe a Philly fan, don't watch basketball tonight. Go out and do something. Go to dinner. My treat.